Hello and good evening. This is Bradley Chapman, the host of The Diamond Show. Thank you very much indeed for taking the time to join us as Facebook is building its audience. We'll make a brief introduction. The Diamond Show is now in its fourth or fifth broadcast. We interview entrepreneurs all around the world. This week we was in the UK with Izanne Lewis, the author of The Time Catcher. On Tuesday, we went to New York to interview Greg Carroll, author of The Gifted Storyteller. Fantastic interview last night. This evening, it is my great pleasure and my humble pleasure to introduce to you the one and only Sherry from New Delhi in India. Sherry is the founder of Motivation Sparkles. He is an author of a brand new book, which we're going to be revealing this evening during the call. And it's my pleasure to introduce to you now, Sherry. Hello, Sherry, and good evening to you, and good evening from India. How are you?
Hey, Bradley. Good evening. I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for having me here.
It's an absolute pleasure. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line up now what we're going to be talking about in terms of this evening's show. So we're going to be talking a lot about transformation. This evening, we're going to be talking about self-motivation. We're also going to be talking about achieving your goals, your fitness in your body, and finding your reality. Now, these are all core subjects that are very much at the heart of Sherry. You'll also know Sherry on Facebook as Supreet Arora. Now, we're going to be sharing also Sherry's book cover live this evening for the first time. It's being broadcast live on air in the UK. We also welcome our audience from India. If you're joining us from India, welcome to the Diamond Show. We're also trying to get an interactive show this evening. Now, we put out a link on my personal timeline. You'll also find it on Radio Works, Radio World Works timeline, and Radio Works World, and you'll also be able to click on that link and join the show. If you want to join the show, click on the link to join the show, and then what will happen is you'll come into the lobby. When you come into the lobby, we'll be able to add you to the screen. We can have up to 3 people on the broadcast at any one time. So don't be afraid. We've got Vivek there. He's just saying to us, hello from India. There, Vivek's been really fantastic. In fact, it was Vivek that introduced you to me, right?
Good evening, Vivek.
He's a fantastic guy. So look, what we do, we're going to be online for about an hour this evening. It's going to be a really fantastic, motivated and charged discussion. I'm going to be asking Sherry a series of questions about his life and how he came to create his Facebook group with 50,000 followers, his new book, which is being published. And we're going to share some really fantastic thoughts, as I say, on transformation. So let's kick off first of all and ask Sherry. You created Motivation Sparkles, Sherry. You've got something like 50,000 followers there, in India. It's a fantastic number of followers. So how did that start, and how did Motivation Sparkles come about?
Yeah. So I think this story began when my struggle started. The days of my struggle started, and this is a story when back when I was at the age of 14, I was struggling. In fact, I was struggling at that point in time. On that point, wherein I was totally devastated. I was not sure what to do. I was shelterless. I was without my parents for around 3 years. And that point in time, I was not sure what to do in life. I was rusticated from my school, from my convent school, because my parents were not able to afford my school fees. And there was a point in my life when I was driving taxi also. And my mother insisted me that have your taxi and that's your life. But somewhere I realized that I don't want to be a taxi driver entire my life. I want to do something else. So I was a dropper from my 11th standard, no home, no support, studies, left, rusticated from school, what to do. And there was one day in my life when I even decided to attempt suicide. Let's be very, very honest. We all are human beings. We have feelings. I was a kid. What could you even expect from a kid of 15 years? And at that point in time, when I was going through these turbulent times, I realized that I am born to do something. That inner voice came from me. And Bradley, that little spark is with each one of us. It is upon you how you can take that spark and make it big for you. And when I realized all this stuff, I started working for small private companies. I started working for a transport company. That's when my mom told me, you can make your career as a taxi driver, but somewhere I was not comfortable. I used to cry. And then I recovered from that position. I joined a call center training program where I learned English and basics of communication skills. That time there was a boom of call centers. I'm talking about the year 2000 in India. So that point in time, I realized that I am good in communication, and side by side, I was pursuing my education. By the way, I'm not a regular study pursuing student. I did all my education through distance learning, starting from my 12th standard to graduation to post graduation diploma, and presently I'm pursuing MA in psychology. So, and you know what? I was even refraining myself all the time to tell all these things to the world. But today I'm coming out with open heart. And I want to share with the world that I have seen people who are not even 12th standard pass out, who are not even graduates, but they are doing big. Because it's not about education at the end of the day. It's not about only education, I would rather say. So when I recovered from that situation, I started call center job. I was not sure what I have to do in my life. I was absolutely dull. I was absolutely nil. And gradually, I started understanding the market in Delhi, which is the capital of India. And I realized that there is so much of potential to earn money, and people are earning good amount of money. That's where I got the taste of money, and I started with my job into call centers. I was selling credit cards, loans, and it became my profession for next 10 years. I was private banker for 10 years, and then one day I was fighting with myself. I was telling myself that is this what I'm made for? Is this what I am here into my life? So somewhere I was good in speaking and communicating with people. I was analyzing myself, and what I've realized is, I have jotted down some key strengths and key weaknesses. I'm sure you have heard about SWOT analysis. I did my SWOT analysis, very basic, because that is what I was doing all the time with my clients in banking sector. So I realized that if I am good at relationship management, why not to pursue a career where I can talk with people, interact with people? And from the days of my banking job, within my circle, I was good at counseling people. And then I was watching people on social media giving trainings. That's how I realized that why don't I can try in training. And that point in time I was not sure whether I will be becoming a trainer or not. But after pursuing certain certifications into training sector, I finally became a trainer. I started working as a corporate trainer. I learned a lot of things. So, whenever you change a sector, it's not easy. You have to compromise with a lot of things, not only with your profile. I'm talking about India. I'm not sure what exactly is that outside India, but it's struggle over here. If you want to change your sector, you better be ready with a path full of thorns. It's an untrodden path which you have to walk upon. And somewhere I realized, if this is my passion, this is my struggle, Sherry, I have to do it. Come on, man. You have to do it. And everybody, every single person was telling me, no, 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 don't take this stupid step in your life. Don't leave the banking. You have the legacy of 10 years with you. Don't leave that experience. Don't leave that sector. You have good amount of experience now. Utilize that somewhere else, but don't leave your sector. But I was not ready to hear anybody. I was aware what I'm doing. And any point in time, if you are aware what you are doing in life, you need not listen to anybody else. You have to be very sure. If you are sure God is with you, you have faith in God, you have trust in your abilities, just move forward. Take steps. Take baby steps, take simple steps, take long steps, and there you go. You win. And that's how I entered into corporate training, behavioral skills, sales trainings. Now I'm presently working as a corporate trainer with education sector. So this entire journey has been magnificent, magnificent. And I was not aware that I will be sitting in front of a personality like you who will be asking me and inviting me to come for a show. So this is my sheer pleasure, and God is really great. And I can't thank much to the supporters, to people around. It is because of their blessings. It is because of my parents' best wishes. It is because of my parents I am here today. I am here today because of my parents. If my parents would not have been there, I would not have been sitting here in front of you. So, we Indian are little emotions because we have been watching a lot of Bollywood movies where emotions are connected. But at the same time, you need to realize that you're a human being. You have to understand that if you're not having emotions in your life, you cannot become a genuine personality. You cannot achieve that what you want, because that is something there inside. We all have treasures. So that's how it got started. This is the background. Now, Motivation Sparkles is an discovery which has come from within. I remember in 2012, when I was frustrated with my banking sector jobs, I wanted to try a hand. Every Indian here in India, they want to try. They feel that grass is greener on the other side. They feel that it's good outside India. People are earning in dollars. People are earning in dirhams. Let's go to Dubai. Let's go to United States of America. Let's go to Australia. Let's go to England. But my dear friends, it's everywhere the same. If you don't have things inside you, which is keeping you alive, it is driving you, forget about any country. You have to work everywhere you go. I decided to go for Dubai, and you won't believe, Bradley, I finished off all my debts, all small debts. I was 0-0 at that time, and I invested a lot of amount in purchasing my clothes, my utilities. I packed my bags. There was a 2-year visa for Dubai. I went to Dubai, and I wanted to settle down over there. I was not sure what I'm here for. One of my friends was staying there. He was there for last 7 years in Middle East into banking. He guided me. He kept me there with him, and he was very nice to me all those days. So after 7 to 8 days of stay in Dubai, I realized, man, I'm at the wrong place. I am at the wrong place. I did a mistake. I did a mistake. It was all dark. Instead of shine, brightness, it was all dark. And you know what I was feeling? I was feeling, what will I tell to my parents, my relatives? Because they were thinking that this guy, Sherry, is going to Dubai. And Dubai, he'll earn a lot of money. He'll send a lot of savings back to us. My mom was expecting, man, he's earning 50k INR here in Delhi. He'll be earning 2.5 lakh of rupees, and he'll be sending him back a lot of money. So my son is great. But she is not aware that after 7 days, her son is crying in one single room, all closed, all window closed, all alone. Don't know anything to do, what to do. At that point in time, I realized that, Sherry, the game is not over yet. You have to win. This is your fight. And I told myself very clearly that time, Bradley, this is not over. I have to do something. I have to overcome it. It is my responsibility. I took the responsibility. It was my decision. I came here. I have to go back. I have to go back in India. I have to do something which I really am born for. And then I came back to Delhi. I was in the state of mind of depression. I was completely broken, and I never used to share anything with anybody. I was very silent. I was very shy those 6 7 months when I came back to India. But gradually I built up, because when you have things inside you, trust me, nothing can stop you. It's just a matter of your discovery, how you do your soul searching. And I realized today that it was all about connecting the dots. I was just exploring myself, and all those dots gets open. You know what is good about bad times, Bradley? It lets you think about your extreme extreme qualities, skills, and potential. And that's when you realize something is inside you. You are born for something. Don't give up. Never give up. Get up. Do something. Do something for your country, for your family, for yourself. You are born to do something. And then you realize, yes, if anything will come my way, I will decide, I will pursue, and I will give a hand. I will give my best. And this was what I was thinking. A 120 kg guy, that's what I was thinking. I was 120 kg that time. I was fat. I was flabby. People used to taunt me. And that point in time, I started looking out for some motivation. I was depressed. And that point in time, you know, people were used to taunt me. You cannot reduce weight. One of my uncles said that there is a plastic bag inside your tummy which cannot be, deflated. And when it cannot be deflated, you cannot be thin, my son. Come on, enjoy the food, enjoy life. Eat fried things, eat ice creams, eat chocolates, have shakes, have fun in life. Live life king size. And I was doing that for some time, but then realized, no, this is not going to help me anymore. And that's how Motivation Sparkles got started. I started surrounded myself with some motivation quotes. That point in time, WhatsApp, Facebook was not very common. Very rare. I was watching that people are on WhatsApp. Now everybody's on WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all those social media networks. Now, at that point in time, I never thought that this is going to be a movement. It all started when I realized that a lot of people are giving me feedbacks that what you are doing is awesome. And mind you, I was doing all this with my employment. And then there comes a time in 2014 when I realized, now I have tried 14 to 15 times watching YouTube videos, how to get slim, people talking about supplements and going to gym. January 1 has came, let's take a New Year revolution. Yay, I want to be thin. And 2nd of January, it's all done. Sleeping in the blanket. It's all cold. January, it's cold here in Delhi. So nothing was working for me, nothing. And again, complete dark. In fact, one of my relative told me in one of the family parties that please take care of your tummy. It might get fall down, and dance accordingly, please. And at that point in time, I realized that, man, I have to do something. It hit me hard. And I literally cried when I came back. And when I cried, my wife told me, why are you crying? Are you an idiot? Do something now. If you are feeling it, I do something. I said, okay, fine, I'll do something for sure. Certainly, I will work on myself. And that's when you realize, Bradley, then you have to plan now. Enough is enough. And to come now. I have to get transformation badly. But how? How? No answer. Nobody was ready to help. Zero savings in the bank account. Family member against my tummy. Friends taunting me. Relatives taunting me. My photographs were not good. So all these things were happening. And then came Motivation Sparkles. It has entirely changed the thought process which I have right now. And gradually, this movement got started with these sharing of content videos. I used to get a lot of feedbacks. comments from people that what you're doing is a great job. Please keep on sharing. And I used to get lot of boost up. Wow, people are liking what I'm sharing. People are liking what I'm sharing. And mind you, it's all free. I'm the one who's using and sharing my own data. So data is costly that time. Now it's cheaper here in India, thanks to Reliance Jio. So that they are, yes. So at that time the data was not cheap. I used to pay some amount, but I was pretty sure that time that whatever I'm doing, it is coming from inside. It is coming from inside, and when things are coming from inside, it. I mean, they will certainly direct you for something big in your life. Always have belief in that. And that's how Motivation Sparkles took the shape of Facebook group. I created a page. People started liking. I was consistent. Day one, since the time I have created this group, I was 100% sure that whatever will happen in my life, I will keep on sharing the content. Even if I will become billionaire, $1 million man or $1 billion man, I'll buy houses, I'll buy stuff in materialistic things in the world. I'll make sure that this particular flow of thoughts, the positive energy, the reinforcement will keep on happening somewhere or the other way. So that's how it started, and now it has turned out big. In fact, a couple of years back, I added people. I started adding people. There were only 1,000 members, then 2,000, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 50. And I requested all my friends to add members. I requested them literally. And they were like, why do you want to do this? Why are you doing this social work? What will it give it to you? Focus on your business and job. And today people ask me, Bradley, wow, what a great achievement. 50,000 members, amazing. Wow. You have done a great job, man. How did you did that? People will never ever ask about your struggles. They're only interested in numbers. They're only interested in what you are today. They will never try to understand what I have been through. Have you heard about that iceberg model? That's
Yes,
what
of
iceberg
course.
model is. That's what
Yeah,
iceberg
tell
model
me
is.
about
We
that.
only see the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah,
We don't
tell
even
me
know what is
about
there inside the water.
that.
Yeah, exactly the situation over here.
Sherry, I tell you what, I've just been listening to you, and I'm receiving everything you're saying, your energy, your motivation, your understanding of spirit, spirituality and religion and God and faith and trust and the energy that we all need to put into something when we make a transformation in our life. And yes, people that haven't been through it don't understand, how difficult it is to make a transformation in your life. It is not easy. And yeah, it will take every single ounce of belief and passion and courage and determination to make a transformation. But right now, you are glowing, you are radiating with the energy. You talked about people traveling all over the world to find their place, when in fact, the diamond experience, and there's also something called Acres of Diamonds, and Acres of Diamonds is about the fact that people travel all over the world looking for diamonds, when actually the diamond is right beneath their feet. In fact, it's inside them. So all you really need is you. Enjoy your country, enjoy it wherever you are, but you're connecting now with a large audience in India. And I want to talk a little bit about entrepreneurship in India, because I've not been to India. I've been to Bangladesh on business. I was a couple of weeks in Dhaka and Chittagong. I was out there on a textile mission for a client, because I've got a background in manufacturing. So I spent 2 weeks in Dhaka and Chittagong checking out factories, doing research on manufacturing. Then they started to buy from the factories. But every country has got a beauty within it. India has a beauty within it. And actually, one of my dear friends now. I went round to his house we had a business discussion one night, and I'd had the flu, and he gave me this sachet of Indian mixed herbs to put in my tea, spicy kind of, no, it wasn't a spicy Indian tea, but it was a sachet, because he didn't believe in medicine, it's only herbal. And I had this sachet in my tea, and it blew my pants off, right? But my chest and my throat and my senses was was absolutely fabulous. So I love Indian culture, and I was brought up actually around a multicultural environment when I was a young man. And actually, in my book, it tells the story of when I started to manufacture in the UK, in Leicester, in the United Kingdom, and I met an Indian man called Sudhi. And he was the most lovely man. He had a manufacturing floor. He'd come across from India maybe when he was about 20, and he built a business here in the UK. He still had family back in India. And actually, he started manufacturing clothing for me. I was 28 or 29 at the time. He was an amazing man. And it was with him and his wife when I used to go to the factory that we'd sit down, they'd cook me dinner, we'd eat lunch, and they'd give me spicy Indian tea. Whoa! And which I love, by the way. If I go around to somebody's house and they say, "Do you want a cup of tea?" I say, "Indian spicy tea." And they say to me, "You like spicy tea?" I said, "Yeah." So then they make me the spicy tea, which is beautiful. So when I went to Bangladesh, I went to the British tea gardens out there, and you know, I was in the inner city as well, the same as London, any city around the world. But the tea gardens were beautiful. Love to come to India one day, but I got this thing at the moment. I've been thinking about India a lot. We've got a lot to discuss tonight, and we've got plenty of time. I want to help people in India learn how to interact better when they're trying to trade into the UK. And perhaps we'll have a conversation, you know, off air about this, because I think I can help young Indian entrepreneurs understand how to interact with British entrepreneurs so that they connect in a really open way and that they're well received. So we can talk about that another time. So let's talk a little bit about entrepreneurship in India. You are now a motivational Indian entrepreneur, and shortly we are going to be launching and showing live on the Diamond Show your brand new book, which we're going to be talking about. Now, I know that you're excited. I know that you are passionate. I know that you are, you put everything into this book, and I know and I feel your journey, and I felt it since Vivek introduced it, because I've been through the same. I've been through immense challenges in my life. Many of those challenges I wouldn't want other people to experience, because the pain can be just so terribly painful. And I'll share it with you very, very quickly. In 2008, actually, I had a relationship break up with one of my children. And it was a horrible time. My children were 3 and 2 at the time. No, 2 and 1. They're coming up 3, coming up 2. And it was a horrible time. It was a difficult relationship at the end. It takes 2 people, you understand. But it was very tough. And I was devastated, Sherry. I mean, totally devastated. The pain that I was feeling, what I was going through, was one of the most immense and horrific and horrifying things. And I can remember driving my car, falling out of my car onto the floor with my hands. And I was on all fours on my knees. I was crying, and, you know, I was going through this pain. And the same as you know, I was in this such pain in my head, in my heart, and in my stomach. It was an undeniably high level of pain and feeling of loss, and your world and your heart is just, you know, ripped to shreds, which I know you've experienced. But a little inner voice said to me as well, "Get up." It said to me, "Get up, Bradley." It said, "Get up." And at the time, it's like, you know, leave me alone. I don't want to get up. I'm in pain. And then he says, "Get up." You know, your life has a purpose. This is a life experience. So, of course, you get back up. And in getting back up is where you learn. So you've learned a lot, Sherry, about yourself, your life discovery, where you've been, what you've achieved, and what you're doing. So I think it's time for us to talk just a little bit about entrepreneurship in India, maybe 5 minutes, and then we're going to launch your book cover. How do you think entrepreneurship is gathering pace in India? Is it a buzzword in India, entrepreneurship? Do the people of India, do they want to go into business? Are there roadblocks for them they can achieve? Yes, if they believe they can, they'll make the ultimate sacrifice and they'll do it. But how is entrepreneurship bubbling in India at the moment? What's the feeling over there?
Okay, so entrepreneurship is an upcoming boom. In fact, it's over here. Indian government has Startup India. So Startup India is a platform where they are helping a lot of startup entrepreneurs by aiding them with some funding. And it's all about opportunities. What I have observed, Bradley. I would like to take an example over here. Bhavish Agarwal, he is a Bangalore student, graduate student, and he was traveling once in a private taxi, and the driver stopped the car in between the road, said, "Sir, I don't want to continue this trip because the money which you have committed is less. And I find out that this trip is big. I'm so sorry, sir. I cannot drop you." And then Bhavish realized, man, he's not even bothered about my trip. He's not even bothered about my flight. I'm getting late. He's bothered about his fare. Is he crazy? He came out of the taxi. He came out of the taxi. He said, I'm going to do something about it. And that's where he came with an idea. He met his friend. He said, I want to do something on this idea. His friend said, are you stupid? Focus on your job. Your parents have invested on you a lot. Have you forgot about your education loans? Go back to your work. He said, no. I'm very serious. Listen to me very carefully. I'm very, very serious. I want to do something. I wanted to change the entire thought process of people when they book a taxi. And that's where Ola Cabs took birth in India. I'll tell you how Ola Cabs is operating right now. You can book online taxi across India with the help of your mobile phone. They have GPS enabled system. They have given a mobile phone handset which is GPS enabled. It is there with the driver, and the moment that GPS tracking system is active, immediately a customer can book online taxi. And there is a instant taxi booking also, and there is a post time booking also, wherein you can delay your booking. You can pre-book the taxi for a day before. So that's how they have designed this model. But he was facing a lot of challenges. He was facing challenges like the drivers who are pleading the vehicle on the road, they are not having the commercial license, because in India, if you are driving a taxi, you should have a commercial license. But some drivers were operating the taxis with a private license. Now, what he has done is, Bhavesh, who's the owner of Ola Taxi, he has appointed all the taxis and he has attached all the taxis. In beginning, when he started this business, none of the taxis were with him. It was all about the other people who were the taxi owners. He was just accommodating things. He was just managing the system. So he created a system wherein anybody, anytime can book a taxi, and was there, the driver professionalism was there. So all this got started some years back in India, and all this came with the idea of Bhavesh. And now today Ola Cabs is not only into taxi business, they are also into other business, like they are sending cabs to outstation outside Delhi, which is the capital, and they are also into bus bookings. They're also into helicopter bookings. So things are changing. And what I wanted to convey here with the example of Bhavesh, that he has not given up. He has faced a lot of struggles, because when online concept was started in India some years back, people were having doubt in their mind that whether this money will go to the taxi owner or not. There are a lot of hackers. They will hack our money. People are not aware. They're not comfortable about the online transactions. And that time it was challenging for Bhavesh. But he survived. He had persistence. He had a vision. And he had a plan in the mind. He was there with his team, dedicated, focused. And this reminds me about Henry Ford, Bradley. When he invented his first car, that car was not having the back gears, isn't it? But did we saw Henry Ford giving up? If Henry Ford would have given up that time, then there would not have been car today. So he made sure
Henry Ford is a great example. Great example.
Yes. So he made sure that I will have the back gear now in the car, So he kept on improving. It's all about improvement. So ideas, struggle, persistency, improvement, keep on doing and doing and doing, things will work out. So if I talk about entrepreneurship, people have ideas, there are problems, and these problems are giving business opportunities to the startup-preneurs in India. If I talk about the other industries, we are doing relatively well. The we have Mr. Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India. He has taken a lot of initiatives, and demonetization happened last year. So there was a change of currency, and it was a paradigm shift in the history of India, wherein I was fortunate that I was a part of this uh, entire change. And at that time, the organization like Paytm. Now, Paytm is again one of the e-commerce startup which is started by Vijay Shekhar Sharma. He's the founder of Paytm. Very inspiring story, Bradley. And he did the same thing. He was broken when his partners, betrayed him when he started the business. But he was having a vision in the mind. He wanted to do something big. He was waiting for things to happen. And this demonetization happened. Paytm was all set. It has completely revolutionized the payment system in India. And you won't believe, even the vegetable vendor, the fruit vendor, the general store vendor, all the shopkeepers were accepting cashless transactions. That happened first time. I was surprised. Even if you go by a rickshaw, which is a three-tire small vehicle paddled by a person, he charges a few bucks, 20, 30 bucks. And even he also started accepting Paytm cash. That was a revolution. And that only happened because of the struggle of Paytm founder. And there are a lot of people like that. I just took a couple of examples, Bradley. There are a lot of people like that. So entrepreneurship is about customer service. It is about resilience, giving your best, identifying the opportunity in the market, strategizing your plans, and there you go. Victory is yours.
Fantastic. I mean, I'm so pleased that the entrepreneurship is I absolutely believe that entrepreneurship is the most fabulous journey that anyone can go on. It's the most amazing thing you can be a part of for self-development of yourself, but you must reach out. Now, we've got somebody in the lobby who's a friend of yours that we're trying to get live. We've got Bhupinder Singh Anand, who I understand is one of your very good friends. So Bhupinder, if you can hear me, I'm trying to add you. I'm notifying you to go to the broadcast, and every time it notifies, you have to accept the button for it to go live. You don't need a link. All you need to do is you need to just accept the button. So when I notify you, it automatically adds you. Now, if you're not viewing via Google Chrome, then log out and add Google Chrome and come back onto the link again via Google Chrome, and then the link will work, okay? So I'm trying to add you to the broadcast. You've probably got a pop-up blocker that's not allowing you to come on. So try and log back in again on Google Chrome, and then I should be able to add you. But Bhupinder wanted to come online to wish you well and wish you congratulations of the new book, which actually means now let's move on to the launch of your new book. Now, your new book is something that you've been working on, Sherry, for a long time. It's something I know that you're very proud and very privileged and honored to be able to give the gift of your life and your ability to people not just in India, but also for people around the world. Motivation is something that it doesn't matter the color of your skin, your nationality, your religion, your spiritual, your beliefs. Its motivation is available inside every single person, and transformation is available to every single person around the world. So tell me, we're going to put up your book cover very shortly. Tell me about your book. I understand that there are a number of different subjects you talk about in there: transformation, self-motivation, achieving goals, fitness, and finding your reality. All of these resonate so well with me, with our viewers, of what we're doing. Tell us about your book.
Well, to start with, I would like to say that it all connected the dots when I started working on my fitness. And you know, our brain is wired like that, Bradley, that we are always filled of thoughts. We have a lot of thoughts coming in. And if you have purity inside, the purity comes into the picture when you are actually purified with your thoughts. You are one, outside and inside both. And that's where you realize that what kind of thoughts are going on in the mind. I just catch the thought, catch the thoughts, catch the thoughts. And that's how I started quote writing. I have written more than 5,000 quotes on Twitter handle. And these small quotes, when I was writing, I was not aware that I'm even made for writing. So all these things were happening, and fitness journey got started. I started doing a lot of gymming, and that has changed my entire mindset about this world, about people, about everything. And I got a lot of inspiration, which is there inside everybody. I would like to say, people used to ask me, "Who's your mentor? Who's your mentor?" And I was like, "Who's my mentor? I don't have any mentor right now. What should I say to him? I don't have any mentor." And I used to say, "Yeah, I'll let you know. I want to keep it secret right now." I used to talk like that. But when I realized that who is mentor, where is this question coming from? I realized that I was doing my own mentorship. Now, this is a deep subject. You need to understand it. What is your own self mentorship? I know that we all need mentors in our field, in our respective field, because they have done something which you have not done. You're anticipating it, right? But at the same time, there are some things which are God gifted, which are there inside you. And I realized that yes, I have been given something. I wanted to articulate this particular example with what I explored. Have you heard about Demosthenes? Demosthenes is Demosthenes. Demosthenes is one of the greatest public orators in the history of public speaking.
Actually, no.
I would like to tell you. Yeah, yes. I would like to tell you something about Demosthenes. Okay, so Demosthenes is one of the Greek philosophers in the history of this world, and he's one of the speakers. He has not only overcome his speech impediment, but also he was not aware how to start speaking. You will be surprised about his motivating journey. There was a time when his entire family was killed and his ancestral property was taken by one of his relatives. And at that point in time, this is back in before Christ, when things were happening, there was a court, but he didn't had money to pay the fees of lawyer. And he was like 14-year-old kid. So what he used to do, since he was not aware how to speak, he had speech impediment. And what he used to do, he used to go in front of the sea, put lot of pebbles, pick up the pebbles inside the mouth, and he starts speaking in front of the sea, like that. And when he used to do like that, he was actually opening up his mouth. And this consistent practice helped him to overcome speech impediment. And to a bigger surprise, he fought the cases for himself inside the court, and he won all those cases. And he turned out to be one of the biggest orators of all time history, Demosthenes. And I read about this guy, and I know this guy is inspiring. His story is inspiring. I read about his story, and I realized this is what self-mentorship is all about. You are going through a struggle. You have a problem in life. You got to settle it. Don't wait for people to come and help you. If you have a problem, you know what is the problem. If you have identified the problem, start working on the solution. Now, Bradley, problem is people don't take action. People don't take action. And if they
They're,
take action, many a times, yeah, sorry?
they're afraid to take it.
Absolutely. And when even some people take action, they try to take action, they stop in between, as if somebody will come and stop them. And then they say things are not happening, government is weak, people are bad, he is bad, they are not supporting, my job is not good. Then we have excuses. Instead of focusing upon what you have to do in life, you start focusing upon what you are not supposed to do. And that's where the focus shift works. Your mind is all about focus. It's all about focus. And that's where I started learning about the focus, Bradley. I started about focusing about each rep I do in the gym. And each rep was contributing to my success of building up my muscle. And that's how I articulate the success. Every day you're going to gym, every day you're doing exercise, keep on doing efforts, keep on working hard. One day will come, you will have this. And that's how you realize day by day, every day struggle builds you. Rome was not built in a day. We all know Rome was not built in a day. You know why it was not built in a day? Because Rome was built every day.
Yeah, it's a continual process. The same as the development is continuous. I'm going to put up the announcement now of your new book, and we're going to release now the title and the cover of your new book, which is called Unleash the Hidden Potential. I've tried to get Bhupinder to come online to join, but we can't get him up in the lobby. Now, Sherry's book covers personal transformation, self-motivation is power, system to achieve goals that he's been working on all of his life, fitness and transformation. And you've seen some of Sherry's images where he's worked out and he's transformed his body. He's looking pretty buff, right? He's looking pretty good. And of course, finding your reality. All of these are fantastic topics. So it's my great pleasure and humble pleasure to now pass over to Sherry to announce the title of his book. And once he does so, he's going to be talking about his book and the launch and what it means for him inside personally, what it means for his readers, what it means for his continued blessed journey. And I wish you every single success, love, happiness. You have grown your personal development, which is the core of me. And I know that a lot of people watching, it's the core of them as well. Developing yourself is a continual thing. You can never give up. So it's my great pleasure to pass to you now to Sherry, aka Supreet Arora, founder of Motivational Sparkles. And now he's about to introduce to you his brand new book cover and the publishing of his new book and the start of the next stage of his motivational sparkle journey. It's my pleasure to pass back to Sherry for him to introduce the cover and the title of his brand new book. But before I do, I want to give you a personal round of applause. Yes, sir, Sherry! You are the man.
Thank you.
Over to Sherry. Introduce your book, Sherry.
All right. So thank you very much for all your best wishes and regards. It means really a lot to me, Bradley. And well, I would like to tell you something about this book. This book has been written by my heart, and I have jotted each and everything, whatever came my way. I have used a lot of practical examples just to make people understand what exactly is the difference between passion, motivation, obsession, self transformation, personality transformation. I have read a lot of books. I had been an avid reader, and since last 8 months, I have stopped watching television completely. I had been a complete book geek, and I had been completely involved myself into reading. I had been reading a lot of books. I have not only reading books, I have increased a lot of reading speed. I have taken a lot of sessions. I have been attending a lot of workshops. This has helped me come out the way people which you cannot explore individually. You have to talk to people, you have to go in the crowd, you have to go in the group of large people, understand their psychology, understand their brain science. And that's how I have gathered small things, small snippets of different qualities of people, from entrepreneurship to leadership to self transformation to motivation. I've covered a lot of points. It has been jotted with a lot of capsules, powerful capsules. Every day you can have one capsule with a glass of water and you are charged up. So it's all about that. And not only it's all only about reading, it's about relating yourself, it's about deciding, it's about removing your self doubts, it's about the belief in yourself. A lot of people are not believing in themselves, and that is what is stopping their success. Success can be anything to anybody, and a lot of things which stops you moving are your fake beliefs, your limited thinking towards the situation, your thoughts of losing the battle. This makes you feel demotivated, not knowing exactly what you really want to do, procrastination for taking any sort of action in your life. Listen to people who are losers, who don't want to do themselves, and they make you realize you are the same. And my experience says, if the passion is alive inside you, no one can change your mind to change your life. Show your gut to manhandle this temporary defeat, and you can become successful in life. Ordinary behavior, my dear friends, will only take you to heights. Neither does excuses, waking up late, uncomfortable long working hours, cold weather, traveling far to meet someone, or living alone to complete a short task. You have to say goodbye to excuses. Please, please, please stop thinking about excuses. Even when George Washington Carver, he quotes that 99% of the failures come from people who have the habit of making excuses. So excuses are such an hindrance in our lives. And successful people, on the other hand, they are not blaming anybody. These successful people are not focusing on what people are saying. They don't focus on failures. They rather feel excited. They create the positive energy within them because they don't believe in blaming their circumstances. Because consequently, they get more strong, and they have this craziness inside their mind which drives them. And winners know that if they don't quit, they will definitely win. They always hope for the best. They surround themselves amongst the positive people. And it's not that positive people are rarely found, but you need to take care. You need to understand who these set of people are. Talk with different people, understand who is good for you. And always have this fear of failure. When people have this fear of failure inside the mind, that also stops them to take action. So you can achieve success, you can overcome fear anytime if you have a goal. In Hindi we call it lakshya. अगर आपके पास लक्ष्य है, if you have a goal, then you can do anything in life. You know what Brian Tracy says? Brian Tracy says, if you have goal, write it down. Write, plan for your goal. When you plan for your goal, you will have the clarity. And when you have the clarity, then start taking daily actions. And these daily actions, my dear friends, will start changing your life. It is just like a small kid going to school day by day. He's learning every day. He's learning every day. It's all about consistent actions. Nothing in this world changes instantly. It's a gradual process. no magic will happen. You have to work hard. There is no shortcut to success. You have to understand all these things, and that's how you will overcome all these problems. And always remember that ignorance is a bliss many a times. Your goal is like your baby. You have to nurture it, cultivate it, take care of it, and ultimately your dream will turn into reality. And a lot of ambitious people, you know, they will understand what you're trying to say because they have gone through the journey. So believe in what you do, your self conviction, your consistent effort towards reading, writing, playing, working will pay off. And that's what has paid me off. I had been very consistent in my reading habits. I have been very consistent in whatever I'm doing. I have plans, I have vision, I'm working on it. Simple. I was completely focused. This is what has this interview is happening. That's why Bradley is here. That's why Sherry is here. That's why we are talking. And we are talking sense. And that's why everything is happening in life. So you need to understand, yes, my wife is here.
So we have your wife online with you, and I hope the connection is fast enough. This is Kalvinda, Sherry's dear wife. She's been trying to go live, and I've been trying to get her live, so I had to refresh my screen for it to work. Kalvinda, can you hear us? Can you hear us okay? Put your thumb up if you can hear us, Kalvinda. Can you hear us? So, Kalvinda, I know the message you was trying to pass across to your dear husband, that you love him, that you're proud of him, and that you're wishing him well. I'm going to get emotional myself here. Listen, your wife's online. What do you want to say to your wife, Supreet? Because you need the love and support of your wife and your family and everyone around you in this journey. What do you want to say to your dear wife? I think we've lost Supreet, and I'm talking on my own here. Supreet, I think maybe your wife is in the same building. We lost, so the broadband speed dropped, so I had to take it down. I know that you must be very proud of your dear wife, and you know,
it really means a lot. Thank you for having her here. Thank you for inviting. Thank you for doing all this. You don't even have any idea, you know, what you are doing here. You know, you're just making a moment of my life, and I will cherish this moment, these moments all through my life. You know, money is not everything in life, and there are some things in life, you know, which are connected to you. And you know, this is a very precious moment in my life, and I know how important it is. I'm getting a little emotional over here, but I know, you know, it takes a lot of guts to do things in life. And when your family is here, when your family supports you, you know, then you realize that all these things, what you are doing, you know, you are dedicated to your family, your kids, and you love all of them. So I am really grateful to everyone here who is listening to me, who is dedicating anything to in terms of you know, any blessing. So I completely take those blessings. I am totally, you know, I have no words to say anything right now. I'm feeling so happy.
Well, and so you should do. And you know, there's nothing wrong with emotions. And just to your wife, I had to take your wife back down from the screen because we're losing speed. But she's just said, you know, thank you on the screen. And it's a pleasure for your wife to come on the show and to be with you during this moment. And it's very proud. It's very fulfilling for any entrepreneur. And this is actually, we'll talk about this emotion just for a second, because it's very powerful in life and in business and everything we do. You know, I call the journey, the diamond journey of an entrepreneur, a very big challenge. But it's almost like at times we are climbing a mountain, and it's almost like we're pushing a peanut uphill with a pointed stick, and we're trying to get this little peanut, you know, up the hill. We only have like a toothpick or a pointy stick, and it keeps falling, it keeps dropping. You run down, you can't use your hands. You just got to use this little toothpick, you know, and get this peanut up to the top of this diamond mountain. But it's when the peanut after all the sacrifice, after all the energy, after all the sweat, the self-development, the transformation, the understanding, the knowledge that you've gathered, the connections that you've made, the transformation in yourself and in your life and in your beliefs, the energy that you're generating, you're allowing the universe to, you're asking the universe, you're allowing things to come to you. You're thankful inside yourself that peanut then starts then to go down the other side of the mountain. It starts to gather momentum, and there's a moment of euphoria in an entrepreneur's mind that he's saying, I'm starting to do it. This is your moment where you've worked so hard by pushing that peanut up through, you know, the mountain, the hill. And no, people will never fully know your journey and the challenges that it took you to get to this place. The most important thing is this, that you know inside yourself, because that becomes the gift of what you are now teaching. And this is the moment for you where your mountain, you've been climbing, and now your peanut, your business, your life, your energy is now going to start gathering momentum. So congratulations to you.
Thank you so much. Thanks a million, Bradley. Means a lot to me.
For the launch of your book, I love your character, your personality, your energy, your drive, your faith, your ability to bring love into this world, and also encapsulate that into being an entrepreneur as well. You are what I call a diamond of personality. You are radiating, you are shining, you are glowing, and you are giving to others. So bless you. Now tell us one very, very important thing in your book, and I'd like to ask you about this. You know, we've had a good discussion for about an hour or so now, but I wanted to ask you just a little bit about your book. I want you to talk to me about finding your reality. Finding your reality. Now, with finding your reality, I believe that inside each of us there is something that we need to be real to ourselves, true to ourselves. It's tough in this world actually to do that, but you can be yourself. You can be your natural. You can be your natural self. And when you are, you become so aligned and so powerful. It's quite incredible. Share some information and knowledge and facts for the viewers on finding your reality, finding your real identity.
Okay, so let me start with this, that all of us have good and bad times in life. You know, when we have good times in life, we forget God. But when we have bad times in life, you know, we always tell God that it's not happening for me. Why you are doing this to me? Why it's only me? So the analogy of self-learning allow you to break even when circumstances are wretched and adverse, and the intrinsic power of your soul drives you to remove your temporary beliefs of failure, and it penetrates you for your resurgence. And now one such example was, have you ever heard about Arthur Ashe? He's the world
Yes.
champion of tennis from USA. Now this legendary Wimbledon player, Bradley, was dying of AIDS, and he got this AIDS due to some infected blood he received during a heart surgery back in 1983. And one of his fans, through a letter, conveyed solace and saying that, why God has selected you for such a bad disease? Why you? And you know what Arthur Ashe replied? You know, that really amazed me. I was so inspired about the story. You know, he said 50 million children started playing tennis. 5 million learned to play tennis. 5 lakh learned professional tennis. 50,000 came to circuit. 5,000 reached Grand Slam. We all know what is Grand Slam, right? 50 reached Wimbledon. 50 reached Wimbledon. 4 reached the semifinals. 2 reached the finals. And when I was holding the cup in my hand, I never asked my God, why me? So now, if I'm in pain, how can I ask God, why me? How can I ask God, why me? Why can't I thank God? So why can't be happy? Why can't I be happy? The reality is that there is a volcano inside each one of us. It's waiting to explode. And blessed are those people who have the mentors in life. And if you don't have the mentor, you have to explore your own ways and you have to become your own mentor. You have to write your success for yourself. And all these things, when you start doing, then only you realize that you are born for something. You start discovering yourself, and when you discover, your path is already there and you begin to shine.
You do. I just wanted to also pass another message to you because your best friend, obviously Bhupinder Singh Anand, was waiting to go live, but we couldn't get him live. We wanted to pass you congratulations and well wishes. So I'm doing that now on his behalf. But I'm going to try and just put him up live quickly now before we come to the end of the show. I'm going to refresh the screen quickly, so we might drop connection. Just wait there, because I'm going to try and then get Bhupinder up. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, so we've been able to get Bhupinder on the screen. I'm not quite sure if the speed is going to be okay. Bhupinder, please say hi to Sherry if you can.
Hi, Bhupinder.
So I think Bhupinder can hear you, but I don't think he can comment. But I think, again, having your best friend on the show, sharing this moment with you, having your wife on the show, sharing this moment with you, and of course the viewers around the world that are tuning in to the Diamond Show. This has been an incredible interview this evening with an amazing man called Sherry from New Delhi in India. He's now publishing his first book, Unleash the Hidden Potential. I see Indian Anthony Robbins here standing right in front of me. And, within a year, I'm going to imagine that this gentleman's going to be on stage motivating to the masses, not just in India, but potentially around the world. Mark this space. This man will keep going on his journey. He's going to keep driving because he's got a passion inside himself that is burning. He's got a calling, and his calling is talking to him every single minute of the day. When he's talking to his wife, his best friend, when he's in business, this inner voice is talking to him and telling him, Sherry, my boy, yeah, keep going, keep driving. He's going to become a very fantastic and powerful motivational speaker in India. So Indian Tony Robbins, I tell you what, this is here we come. And for my Sikh brothers and friends that are watching, I'll be very, very pleased to connect you with Sherry in India to increase connection. Suri will be coming back on the show. I think we're going to have another show of 3 entrepreneurs in one night sharing the screen together, all having a really fantastic chat. But we've been chatting now for about an hour and 10 minutes. It's time for us to end our show. So I just want to end the final comments from me on thanking Sherry for coming online and sharing this amazing moment in your journey. I'm very humbled and very pleased to have met you, and I thank Vivek for introducing us, and of course thank you to your dear wife and your dear best friend Bhupinder. Brother, thank you supporting your brother. It's beautiful. You really are fabulous guys. The energy and the love that you are radiating is really fabulous. Now we're going to end the show now with Sherry telling us, and I'm going to ask him to dare to dream. And I dare to dream. I dare to dream all my life. And all my life I had these challenges, success and challenges. But it's brought me to this point in my life, which I know is now my destiny. A great place to be. So I want you to tell the viewers and your followers and your friends and your family, where will you be in 2 years' time, Sherry? Where will you be in 2 years' time? What's going to be happening in your life? What are you going to create and manifest? and tell me what's going to happen, where you're going to be, what do you see?
Well, I can see myself writing a lot of things. I see myself as an influencer. I see myself helping a lot of people, lot of budding entrepreneurs, writers. I want to help people, Bradley. I'm born for this. This is coming from
Oh,
inside of me, and I don't know why. Whatever people will say, they will keep on saying, and you just keep on doing what you're doing. If you're born to do something big, you will come out. And I believe in that. I'm still searching for that hidden treasure just to come out. A lot of things inside in my mind. I am meeting like-minded people, and it is said that when you meet like-minded people, you will explore for sure what exactly. So there are a lot of things which are coming up. I am 100% sure that within 2 years, you can see me speaking on a lot of platforms. You can see me writing, authoring some books, and you can see me helping a lot of people transform their lives. And this is one of the reasons I've chosen a subject called psychology. At this age also, people leave the practice of reading books, and I have adapted this practice of reading books, and this has really impacted my life. And I would like to say that not only this, I will not restrict myself only on helping people. I will make sure that I will keep on doing whatever is coming my way. I will keep on helping and giving solutions to people. And in a way, I would like to build up a lot of things. And I'm just not coming with the right word right now because of the fact that it's not there right now. However, I would like to tell you it's going to be highly influencing, and it's going to happen for sure. That's what I tell to Bhupinder all the times, that there is something which is coming out. And you also mentioned the same after talking to me. So I think when you meet like-minded people, when you talk to people, you explore things, you will come out for sure. And when those days are not there with me, these days also will change, and I will definitely achieve what I want to achieve in life.
There's no doubt about that, because you're passionately driven. So, from my point of view, I've had a really amazing time this evening. When you're broadcasting through this particular platform, not only are you looking at the screen to engage your audience, your webcam, but you also have to look at the screen as well to look at comments and what's going on and doing posts and adding people. Whereas, these really large broadcasting companies, they just look at the screen.
Awesome.
And it all happens.
Thank you, Gurmeet. She's my sister actually, so she's saying congratulations, Sherry, all the best, bless be. Thank you very much, my dear sister. And I would like to tell all my viewers, I would like to request that my book will be coming out soon. The title is Unleash the Hidden Potential. So you have a potential, you have to unleash. And now it's time for you to change your life. So you will have this book in your hand very soon. So all things are lined up, and it's in the process. And I'm seeking your best wishes, your blessings. Go and buy my book and start exploring yourself. You will find a lot of things which will not only help you to resonate with my situations, but also help you to grow in your life.
Absolutely fantastic as well. And I just wanted you to ask you I wanted to ask you just very, very quickly. My dear friend is in the recording studio with me, Umar, businessman from Essex. And what I wanted to ask you both is very quickly, if I just move off the screen for a moment and Umar jumps in the chair, I'd like you both, if it's okay, to talk in Hindi, just for a couple of minutes, in Hindi, broadcasting on this channel. And I want Umar to just say to you, tell me about your new book and what's happening with your book, and just to ask you a couple of questions about motivation, inspiration, very quickly and fastly, and talk in Hindi, so that also anyone that perhaps does not understand English, it literally will be just a 5-minute finishing.
Why is this echoing over here? The voice is echoing over here. Can you please check the audio?
Yes. Let me change that down there. Yes, it might be the broadband. Is that slightly better?
This is better now.
Okay, now I'm going to jump out the chair now, and please do talk in Hindi. No English at all now for 5 minutes. This is also going to put This is going to put Umar under pressure as well, and just talk about the book, talk about the motivation, and talk about what's happening next. So I'm going to jump out the chair, and my friend Umar's going to jump in. Just 100% Hindi, please, for the next 5 minutes, and I'm going to come back on.
You're awesome, Bradley. Thank you so much.
You are awesome.
उमर भाई कैसे हैं आप? अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम। Most nice to talk. Hello.
तो आपने इंटरव्यू सुना?
हाँ जी सुना है, बहुत अच्छा है।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच। और आप अपने बारे में थोड़ा बताइए, सबको, सब सुन रहे हैं लाइव हमें, और फिर हम लोग कनेक्ट करते हैं।
अच्छा हाँ जी, और आप सब ठीक ठाक? हेलो।
हाँ जी सर।
हाँ जी, बात आ रही है?
आपकी आवाज पहुंच रही है मुझे।
हाँ जी, नहीं मेरा तो इधर कैब बिजनेस है। मेरा इधर कैब बिजनेस है। I've been doing it for 7 साल हो गए मुझे करने के लिए।
12 साल।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, 7 साल 7 years।
ओके, सॉरी।
हाँ जी, तो
बढ़िया।
तो 7 साल हो गए हैं। It's been good, अच्छी जर्नी रही है।
बहुत ही बढ़िया, बहुत ही बढ़िया। तो आई थिंक जो बिजनेस है, जो आप टैक्सी का बिजनेस बता रहे हो, मैंने भी एग्जांपल लिया था। बहुत सारे चेंजेस इंडिया के अंदर भी हो रहे हैं, और आई थिंक ये सब चीजें जो जैसे आप बता रहे हो कि टैक्सी वाले बिजनेस में हो, तो इसमें किस तरह से आप ऑपरेट करते हो, और किस तरह से आपको लगता है कि जो आप इनोवेशन लाते हो अपने बिजनेस के अंदर, क्या करते हो दिन में ऐसा?
हमारा तो जो सा बिजनेस है, हमें तो लेटेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी इम्प्लीमेंट किया है for the app and for online booking। हाँ जी, तो सब कुछ लेटेस्ट है हमारा टेक्नोलॉजी।
बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया। तो अभी तो मैं ये कहूंगा कि इंडिया में बहुत सारी चीजें नई नई हो रही हैं, और इंशाल्लाह जो जो चीजें आती रहेंगी वो सब चीजें सामने आएंगी, और इंडिया बहुत ग्रो कर रहा है इस टाइम। बहुत सारे यंग लोग आगे आ रहे हैं, और प्रॉब्लम यही है बस कि बहुत सारे लोग जो होते हैं अपना पैशन परस्यू नहीं कर पाते किसी वजह से, क्योंकि छोटी छोटी प्रॉब्लम आ जाती है लाइफ में। तो उस छोटी छोटी प्रॉब्लम के कारण वो अपना पैशन को पीछे कर देते हैं, और मैं उनको ये मैसेज देना चाहता हूँ। आई थिंक आपने भी ये प्रॉब्लम्स फेस करी होंगी कहीं ना कहीं अपनी लाइफ में, और आप उस प्रॉब्लम्स की वजह से रुके नहीं कहीं पे, तभी आज आप इतने साल से बिजनेस कर पा रहे हैं। तो उसके बारे में आप कुछ शेयर करना चाहेंगे कि कोई प्रॉब्लम आई हो और आपने कहीं पर भी उसको अपने ऊपर हावी नहीं होने दिया, कहीं पर भी आपने उसको अपने माइंड में नहीं आने दिया, आपने सोचा कि नहीं बस ये काम मुझे करना ही करना है और मैं करता रहूंगा?
हाँ जी, नहीं ये शुरू में हुआ था। ज्यादा लोग नेगेटिव थे, मेरे जो फ्रेंड्स थे, पर मैंने तो उनकी बात सुनी नहीं है। I've just carried on, मैंने तो कैरी ऑन किया है, एंड इस वक्त बिजनेस ग्रो है।
वही बात है कि हम अगर अपने अंदर के आदमी को पहचान लेते हैं, अपना विजन क्लियर रखते हैं, तो चीजें लाइफ में बहुत अच्छी हो निकल के आती हैं। और जैसे आप शेयर कर रहे हो वहां पे अब आप सेटल्ड हो, सब कुछ है हो, और आई थिंक यही मैसेज हमारी इंटरेक्शन के थ्रू जो ऑडियंस देख रही है हमें उनको मिलना चाहिए कि जो भी चीज हम लाइफ में कर रहे हैं, थोड़ी थोड़ी दिक्कतें आती हैं, सब चीजों में परेशानी आती है, बट अगर हम उस परेशानी को रेजिस्ट कर लेते हैं और रिजिलियंट रहते हैं अपने एफर्ट्स में, तो कहीं ना कहीं हम लाइफ में आगे बढ़ जाते हैं, एक स्टेप अहेड हो जाते हैं, और धीरे धीरे फिर हम जो पाना चाहते हैं हम जरूर पाते हैं।
हाँ जी, that's good.
Right?
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, fabulous. So now we're broadcasting around the world in multiple languages, and I just want to do Mark to come online and to chat with you, in Hindi. Just respect to people in India that perhaps aren't understanding the English language fully. Perhaps there's some viewers that haven't yet grasped the English. I know English is a very well-spoken language in India, but of course, this is the Diamond Show this evening, and this is the Brook Shoe Live in London, United Kingdom, and with a dear friend now, colleague, Sherry Supreet Arora, and we've been talking about the launch of his new book, Motivating Inspiration and Energy. Tonight has been fantastic. We are coming up on 90 minutes, so we're going to be ending the broadcast now. I just want to thank all the viewers for listening This is still the very early stages of the Diamond Show. This is an early stage of the journey. And for every entrepreneur around the world, each of you has a diamond inside of you. Each of you has a strength inside of you and a burning passion. Entrepreneurs like Sherry and like myself, yes, okay, we can hear you in the background there. Entrepreneurs like Sherry and myself are helping people all around the world to discover their diamond, discover their passion, to understand that actually inside themselves they have a hidden potential. Please do read Unleash the Hidden Potential book with Sherry. I'm going to be having back on the Diamond Experience on my other channel for another interview in a couple of weeks' time to talk about the update and how things are going. But for now, it's good evening from me. I'm Bradley Chapman, your host of the Diamond Show, and I'm now going to pass to Sherry to say good evening and God bless to everyone around the world. Sherry, take the show off air. Say thank you to everybody and take the show off air. And
thank you so much, Bradley. Thank you so much, Bradley. You're a great friend. You're a great human being. It was wonderful talking to you. Shared some heartfelt moments with you. Some great talks, great energy, beautiful synergy. And I would like to thank all the viewers, all the audience across the world who's watching both of us talking on different topics. And I'm sure they're taking something back with them. And I urge all of you and request all of you to please do explore my book and give your reviews. I will be eagerly waiting for your feedback. And this book is brought to you by My Book Publications from Delhi in India. And a lot of people are behind this book. Jolly Uncle, Mr. Madan, Mr. Alam. So all these people are working really hard. Mr. Shahid, Mr. Chauhan, all these people are really working hard. And Bhupinder himself is guiding me on a lot of things. So I want to thank all of you, all these people, and thank you, Bradley, once again for having me here.
Love, peace, blessings. Thank you, fantastic. Have a wonderful evening, Sherry. We're going to go off air now, but stay online because we're going to chat a little bit more. So stay online there. Viewers, thank you very much indeed for watching. Good evening. God bless. This is the Diamond Show. Have a fantastic evening. We'll see you tomorrow evening. We're interviewing Jan Moore. Jan Moore from Colorado in the United States of America. Jan is an amazing spiritual, intuitive success coach. She's a passionate lady. Join the show tomorrow night, 7 p.m. UK BST. Thank you. God bless you. You're a diamond. It's your time to shine. Have a great evening. Goodbye now.